All right, today I'm going to talk about squat progression. So progressing your squat from the most basic version of a squat, getting a little bit more advanced and working way up to getting it quite advanced. So a squat is an amazing exercise, and no matter what sort of exercise you're doing, you'll probably be doing some type of squatting movement. Unfortunately, because so many of us are sedentary these days, even a basic squat is too hard for a lot of people out there. So I want to make sure that we're regressing the exercise to make sure we get it right before we start adding weight or before we start trying a version of the exercise that's too advanced for our abilities. So if for you, if the bodyweight squat is still too challenging, you can't get all the way down in that squat, then we have to regress the exercise and take it back. Now, the simplest way we can do that is just with a bench. So you lounge, a kitchen chair, whatever it might be. Something that's sort of just at the right height for you to be able to squat just a little bit deeper and you can comfortably go. Now, the beauty of this is it gives us a target. It means that we're hitting the same target every single time, the same depth, but it also gives us confidence that we're not going to fall over. So typically, if we're learning to squat, we have trouble with getting the right position and finding our balance. If I've got up all the way to the ground to fall, I'm going to be less confident to try it. Having the bench there, I can squat down. I know that I'm not going to fall. It allows me to work on a deeper range than what I'm comfortable with, but with the confidence of staying safe. So with this, what I want you to do is really be conscious of not using momentum to get up and trying to control the downward phase as best you can. So I'm not swinging to get back up, I'm trying to use my legs to push me back up. On the way back down, trying to control that as far as I can before I might have to fall to the bottom. But trying to control that without that fall if you can, and no momentum to pushing back up. Now, that's the most basic. Most of us are able to do that. The next way I would like you to progress this, if that one's a bit too basic for you, is a TRX or a suspension trainer. So using this, you can even just hold on to a pole if you've got a pole to hold on to, but these are $20. You can get them pretty easily online or at Kmart. And what this allows us to do is actually work through our full range of motion before we're strong enough to do it on our own. So if I'm struggling to get all the way down, the bench, I'm still not working my full range, I'm only getting down to a certain level. With this, I can take some of my weight off my legs by holding onto the TRX, and now I can work through that full range. But I've got the ability to use my upper body to assist me on the way down and on the way up. What you want to do with this is use this as much as you need to, but as little as possible. So when you need it, it's there, but I'm trying to use it as little as possible to make sure most of the effort is on my lower body. Still think about all the same things as normal squat. We're doing everything the same as we normally would, but we're just taking a bit of the weight off. Just a common mistake people make here is trying to sit too far back on it, and they're just using all their body weight on the TRX. Still make it a squat, still make it a lower body exercise. Now from there, once we've given ourselves a little bit more strength through that full range of the movement, we can step it up a little bit again. Very similar movement, this time we're just using a resistance band. Now, the beauty of this is it still allows us to take some of our body weight off, get to that full range with a little bit of assistance. What it doesn't allow is for us to use as much effort as we want. It limits the amount of effort we can use. So if I try and use my full body weight here, it's not going to go anywhere. I can't pull up because it's just going to keep stretching. But it allows me to get some assistance from it. So when we've got the TRX, sometimes where we're the weakest, we'll use this the most. So if I am not really strong in this position here, this is where I'm going to use most of the pull on the TRX. So I'm basically using more assistance where I need it the most. What the band does, limits the ability to do that. So you're getting that strength throughout the whole movement with only limited assistance. So use that band. Still again, a safety thing. Every time you go from the TRX to this, first thing people will do is lean back and almost fall over. Take care. I guarantee you you'll do it once. Now from there, then we can get into the bodyweight squat. And again, we're just working on now, no assistance, working on building the strength through that full range, maintaining perfect form throughout. Once we are comfortable with that, then we can add weight. Now really, probably the easiest way to add weight is with a weight in this position here. So it doesn't require too much of our upper body or on a bar or changing our body position too much. It allows us just to go through that same movement, but just adding a little bit of weight. When we get comfortable with that, we want to increase the weight. We can move to a goblet squat. So a little bit more challenging is because it takes the weight up higher, so that as we're coming forward, it takes it away from our center of gravity and makes it a little bit more challenging. Then from there, we can put a bar on our back and we can start to add some real weight. But that progression is important. Making sure you can get that full depth in your squat, in whatever version of squat you're doing before you transition to the next one. All right, I hope that's helped, guys. Give it a crack, make sure you're doing it well, and you will see your long-term results will improve massively. Thanks for listening. Ciao.